Hey guys, it's Jynnette with Alchemy here to give you your tarot reading for the month of October 2017. This is for the sign of Gemini. So if you have a Gemini rising, Gemini sun, or Gemini moon sign, this is for you. If you'd like to have your own personalized reading, be sure to reach out to me at my website, innersunalchemy.com. You can book a tarot reading, astrology reading, or an energy healing session. I do both in person and long distance for all of those services, and I do have some 30 and 60-minute options available for the tarot and the astrology. And if you're not already following me on social media, be sure to check me out on Instagram and Facebook, both at Alchemy. I do sometimes daily tarot card reads, updates on the astrology, some inspirational messages, so you'll want to get that. And also be sure to subscribe to my newsletter on my website to stay abreast of upcoming events and teaching and coaching opportunities that I'm going to be launching in the next few months. All right, so without further ado, let's get into your reading for October. Alrighty, so your overall energy is the Ace of Cups, and I really like that energy for you, Gemini, because that speaks to me as a new emotional beginning for you, as well as a new way of relating to the spiritual world, to the non-physical realms. And it actually, what's coming across is this really beautiful kind of intimacy and sweetness in life that you may experience for the month of October. So, you know, if this is spiritual, if it is emotional, it can also just be a sense of feeling, abundant personally. That's there, but it feels really, really sweet for you. So I'm happy to have that. Now, in your first house, which is the house related to your sense of self and also how people tend to perceive you, you have the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups here is a bit of a tough energy because it's saying that you are really keeping yourself kind of closed off and apathetic to the outside world and not allowing the good to kind of come in, which is unfortunate because, you know, you see in this card there is a cup being offered to this person. And it's reminding me of this Ace of Cups here. So, you know, if this is a new emotional beginning and there's an offer of that coming to you, stay open to it. You know, don't close off your heart. And maybe this isn't, you know, necessarily how you are feeling, but this may also be how others are perceiving you. So definitely take a look at that and be sure that you're not missing signals or communication that may kind of give you what you want or what you're seeking. Now, in your fourth house here, which is related to your actual home, your family life, your sense of security, as well as your emotional state, you have the Magician card, which is amazing. It's a major arcana, and the major arcana to me are the forces of the universe that are outside of our control, but they also serve as archetypes. And being here means that, to me, you know, you are really redefining what safety and security means for you. Maybe since this is the fourth house, this could be renovations happening at home, decorating, you know, beautifying, just completely redesigning what that space looks like. This can also speak to new beginnings in the relationship with family members if things have not been that great there. But overall, it really does speak to emotional empowerment and fulfillment, and actually really feeling that you are in control of your practical matters in life. So that's really good. Now, in your seventh house here, you do have the Six of Swords. And the seventh house has to deal with your relationships with others, whether it's family, friends, romantic partners, or coworkers. And, you know, this is a card of moving on in a really, in a literal sense. And there is a bit of a sadness energy that's there. So maybe that's kind of why this card in the first house is showing up, is that, you know, maybe you're having to leave behind some relationships, whether romantic or otherwise, and it's kind of making you feel numbed out or not really wanting to engage that much. If that's the case, you know, anytime there's some kind of loss, and there's a choice to move on, give yourself the chance to and the time to grieve that process. And maybe that is actually what's happening here. And if that's the case, take the time that you need to. You don't have to push yourself through and show up in a way that is disingenuous if it's not really where you are right now. But if it's not, like a breakup or anything like that, this may just mean that you are moving into smoother waters. You're getting into a better flow with your current relationships, because maybe before it would have been the Five of Swords, things were kind of hit or miss, but this month sees like I said, a flow coming back in or being introduced in those relationships that make them a little bit easier for you. Okay, now in your 10th house, which is the house related to your career and your influence in the world around you, you have the Queen of Pentacles. This is a phenomenal card to have in your career because it speaks to financial abundance and mastery over, your particular industry and expansion. But it's methodical expansion because it's a pentacle energy, which is earth. So, it's not somebody who is taking unnecessary risk. You really are building, a solid foundation for yourself. And I'm actually noticing this little bunny here. Bunnies always speak to, fertility and abundance. So money and career should be really good for you this month. Let's see, in the 7th house, if this is, you leaving, because this also can speak to you leaving a business environment, you're still going to be good. So if that's something that you're considering, that also can show up as well. But I really like this energy mirroring the Magician because it reinforces the fact that you are in control and you are in your power. So that's a really beautiful situation. So career is strong, potentially relationships and sense of self is a little weak comparatively. Now in the center, this represents your 5th house, which is, it can speak to creativity and entrepreneurship and all that kind of stuff. But I like to see this as the goal for your soul during this time. And it's the 7 of Pentacles. And it's not the most fun card, but it really does speak to your soul desiring for you to continue to make the methodical progress that you need to make. You are starting to get a return on investment. You're not quite at the 10 of Pentacles, which is the ultimate fulfillment, but you are significantly more than halfway. So don't get overburdened or don't, lose your motivation. You are close. And especially with having these powerful cards, the Queen and the Magician show up, you are in a strong place. So let the momentum work for you. Stick with it, keep moving forward, and you'll be good. And also because it says Pentacles, it does read more as work, possibly health as well too. So stay focused. And like I said, if relationships are kind of off, things will move to a better energy. And again, with that Ace of Cups showing up, there is some beautiful energy there. So don't let the effects of one relationship that might not be going well hinder your experience of others. Okay? All right, so that is, let me get this up here. That is your reading for the month of October, Gemini. Looks like a pretty good month. So yeah, stay in your light, stay in your brightness, stay in your power, and be the magician and create the life that you want to have. If you are needing any additional guidance or you want some additional support, if there is some tough things happening in your relationships right now, reach out to me and let's do a tarot reading or astrology or some energy healing. If you did go through a breakup and you need to kind of heal your heart, let's work on that together. I'd be really happy to help you through that process. Again, you can book a session at my website, InnersonAlchemy.com. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram for tarot and astrology forecasts, as well as some inspirational quotes. And be sure to sign up on my newsletter for upcoming events, seminars, and retreats that I'm going to have coming down the line. All the best to you for the month of October, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye.